Good morning, Starshine.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right. Hi, Charlie. That was so soft we could barely hear you.
I can barely hear you guys, too.
I can hear a giant hum. I can hear a giant...
we're having audio difficulties this morning.
Yes.
I didn't hear my jingle at all.
Oh, you didn't?
My.
Okay. Oh, well, it was fantastic.
You're our very first person who is testing our brand new Zoom equipment. So
yes.
So, sorry about that.
Do we pay extra for this hum?
I feel extraordinarily Apollo 1 about this.
Yes, you are.
Oh dear. Okay.
Okay.
All right, we're switching around. Anyway,
Yeah.
Hi, Charlie. Hi.
Hey, that was quite a hen party you had over the weekend.
Hen party? Why, you sexist pig?
Hey, you had. I used to fool around on the radio with Paula Poundstone myself.
I know
That's
you
right.
did. I know.
Wait, don't tell me.
Yeah.
That's right. Before my services were no longer required.
Oh, your services are always required here,
no
sir.
tote bags for me.
So you quoted. Oh, thank God the hum's gone. Okay.
Well,
We're switching things out right now, Charlie. We can't hear you.
Oh, all right. Well, anyway, Charlie quoted Joe Manchin. Jody, I don't know how. So this op-ed he wrote, he said, I believe that partisan voting legislation will destroy the already weakening binds of our democracy, and for that reason, I will vote against the For the People Act. Furthermore, I will not vote to weaken or eliminate the filibuster. Ridiculous. It didn't seem like there was a lot of wiggle room in there. Jamie, you are being very helpful along with the technical problems. Hello. Hi, Charlie.
Hey, guys. I'm okay, but I don't have your studio up anymore. I mean, I have the four little guys up here, but I don't have the big one.
All right.
Okay.
So let's talk about. I just quoted Joe Manchin that you quoted.
Can I flirt with Jody again? Just start up.
And you said, okay. Let me continue. You said, okay, students of logic, find the flaws in the senator's thinking. What a complete freaking meathead. I mean, he's talking about the voting rights legislation would weaken the binds of democracy. Our democracy will be gone if we don't pass this. And Charlie, you saw the poll. 79% of West Virginians are for the People Act.
That was kind of stunning, actually. Now, I don't know that 79% of West Virginians know what's actually in the bill, but at this point, I don't care. Mm-hmm. I mean, if they're willing to line up behind it, it's fine with me. No, I've come to the conclusion that it's just about the money.
Yeah.
That it's the dark money provisions in the bill.
Yeah. That
Manchin finds inconvenient, and that's why he's doing it. I think, to chase him down some psychological rabbit hole or to say he's just being self-aggrandizing. He is being self-aggrandizing. Right. But I think the real nub of the gist is the dark money provision.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, why am I hearing myself back? I'm hearing my echo.
Otherwise, why would any Democrat vote against that?
I know. Well, and 68% of West Virginians for the infrastructure bill that he apparently. I don't understand. Why is the barometer that Republicans have to be for it?
West Virginia doesn't even have 68% of its infrastructure.
Right.
Well, and Charlie, 63% of West Virginia was for the COVID relief bill that Joe Manchin voted for, that not one Republican voted for. Why all of a sudden is it critical that Republicans support whatever bill, infrastructure?
That's such a threadbare, illogical reason for not voting for this, or much less not letting anybody else vote on it either, which I find incredibly revolting.
Yeah.
And I don't know how, Jim Clyburn doesn't show up at work one day with an axe.
Right.
Frankly.
Yeah.
Because he knows he's been around long enough to know what not letting people, what not letting people vote on a measure like this actually means. It means people can chicken out, basically.
Yeah. Well, speaking of logic, I loved your headline. Mike Pence wants the votes of his own hangmen. The former Veep and his former boss have agreed to disagree about the whole hang Mike Pence thing. Yeah. You said Pence took the opportunity to tell a mob that attacked the Capitol chanting that he should be hung, that it was very impolite of them to have done so, and he and his former boss disagree on whether the crowd should have been chanting for Mike Pence to be hung. But hey, how about that tax cut? You just said, "My God, Mike Pence is a weird man."
He's a strange guy. I mean, I used to just think he was dumb, and he is.
Yeah, as a sack of hair, as you say.
He's a weird guy. I
Yeah.
mean, he really is.
Yeah. I saw somebody else that kind of knows him, Charlie, and I know you've covered him, but knows him, said exactly what I think from not knowing Mike Pence. He said he is the biggest pile of oozing insincerity I have ever encountered as a human being. He really does just ooze it. He's just so full of, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, Joe Scarborough thinks he's trying too hard to. Thinks he's trying to be. He's trying to be Reagan.
Uh-huh.
But the problem with it is Mike Pence is not affable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mike Pence can't tell a joke. Mike Pence is he's just grimly determined, to be. He's so determined to be affable, he can't be affable at all. Basically.
Yeah. That's why we called him Chuckly Sad Santa,
Right.
because he's always just sad about what's happened to America, So you and Bob Seska.
When you go to Santa school, and I went to Santa school once for a story, the one thing they tell you is never promise a child a specific toy because you don't know if their parents can afford it.
Right.
I mean, I'm sorry, but there is no Santa Claus.
Yes.
But
What, Charlie?
you're
Charlie.
I'm sorry. You're taught to say Santa will see what he can do, or words to that effect.
Right.
You're taught very seriously how to lie.
Were
to
you
children.
actually a mall Santa?
I was a mall Santa for a weekend. Yes.
That's amazing. I love that about you, Charlie.
And I was skinny then. I was a 3-pillow Santa.
He needs to wear the outfit.
I believe it's the only Stephanie Miller Show regular that was a mall Santa. This is very exciting.
I can't imagine
news.
Glenn Kirshner as a mall Santa.
Well, I think
Justice is coming, and you get justice, and you get justice. Yes, and here's an indictment for you.
I was going to say, what do you mean you don't want an indictment for Christmas?
Well, anyway,
be a good boy, or the FBI's coming down your chimney.
But you and Bob Seska, that makes a Stephanie Miller Show quorum. Agree. You said we can't. Your headline is we can't dismiss the restoration of Captain Crazy Pants or ignore him and hope he'll go away. You said at the time Maggie Haberman reported this, too many people lost their minds. Of course, this has news value. If the most immediate former president has gone cuckoo bananas and is already planning to crank up his wank fest again, that's a hell of a story. I mean, it is as pathetic as it is dangerous, Charlie. But you're talking about the second part.
He's still out there feeding the delusions.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there is obviously now a second generation of politicians who've decided this is the way to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When you see Brian Kemp getting booed, and the rat humping tourists from Pennsylvania going to Arizona and the ballots from Arizona going to Montana.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's all about.
Oh my God.
They said they were taking it to a secret lab in Montana, but it's actually the owner of Cyber Ninja's house that he has there. Seriously.
Santa will tell you there's a light broken on those ballots, and he's going to take it to his shop and fix it up there.
They're taking them up there to inject them full of human growth hormone.
Yes.
Right.
So there'll be more
God.
ballots.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, Charlie, you're right. Like it or not, he's a force in the political world until proven otherwise, if only because the rest of the Republican Party is terrified of crossing him. I mean, you saw what Liz Cheney said, that a lot of members privately told her they wanted to vote for impeachment, but they were terrified for their lives and their families' lives. I mean, what a state of affairs we're in this country, Charlie. I mean,
when Liz's father was vice president, a lot of Iraqis were afraid for their lives too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to be merciful on her.
Well,
I'm willing to go some distance for the never Trump guys and the Republicans, but Liz Cheney is
awful.
She's a nasty old biddy too far for me.
Mm-hmm. Totally
All right.
agree.
Well, because we hurt the ones we love the most, I'm going to inflict her on you. Here we go.
Donald Trump did is the most dangerous thing, the most egregious violation of an oath of office of any president in our history. And so the idea that a few weeks after he did that, the leader of the Republicans in the House would be at Mar-a-Lago, essentially, pleading with him to somehow, come back into the fold, or whatever it was he was doing, to me was inexcusable.
What is inexcusable is forcing me to agree with anything a Cheney says. However, one more.
And I've had a number of members say things to me like, we would have voted to impeach, but we were concerned about our security. And I think that in some ways, people have sort of glossed over that, but I think that's a very important point to pause and contemplate, that you have members of the United States House of Representatives for whom, security, their personal security or their family security, their concerns about that affected the way that they felt they could vote. That's a really significant thing to say about the current state of our politics.
Yep. It really is, Charlie. Not that they, we think, they have
but
this
I don't
ridiculous
believe a word
love
of it.
for Donald Trump. They don't love Donald Trump. They're
believe
afraid they're going to be killed. I mean, that's where it is.
I believe those people said that because they didn't want to endanger their political futures.
Also.
And they were basically they were chicken. And now they had, now they're going to say, well, our family was in danger. That's why I didn't vote to impeach him. No, you didn't vote to impeach him because you're afraid of getting primaried in the next time around. No, yeah. I have no doubt that people said that to Lynn Cheney. I just doubt their sincerity.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say that you spoke out against this judge and this ridiculous firearms ruling out here because your girlfriend lives in California. But yeah, he compared the AR-15 to a Swiss Army knife, and you said, is it weird when a federal judge pauses in a decision to do a firearms ad? First of all, it's not a perfect weapon for home defense. No one uses it for home defense. It sprays a zillion bullets.
Not unless you're defending like Fort Bragg.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you. Oh, even a judge in California, I'm like, oh my God, it's a world gone mad, Charlie.
Well, this guy's unbelievable, though. That whole decision is so flat out strange.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That even by right wing judge standards.
Yeah.
But then, like within the first 3 paragraphs, he's doing a commercial for the AR-15.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's insane. Charlie, bid adieu to your loved one. We must go.
Oh, are we leaving now?
Yeah, we
Bye,
are.
all.
Bye.
Jody,
Bye. Mwah.
always,
Bye.
always.
Love you, Charlie
Everybody
Pierce.
else, goodbye. See you next week.
All right. Love you.
Not same bat time because I'm early this week.
Yes. Different bat time. See you next week. Love you.
Thanks,
Somebody
Charlie.
important is
All
coming
right.
on at 10:30.